Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money channel. So yesterday, guys, Bitcoin did hit $100,000 per coin, and it seems just as quickly it did come back below $100,000. As of the time of this recording, one Bitcoin is going for about 98,100, so not by much. We did see a large liquidity event, a lot of Bitcoin being sold off, and some are suggesting manipulation. Bitcoin did get up as high, though, as 103,600 per coin. So what can we glean from this? Is this a problem? Let's take a look at some of the statistics here. Stock Money Lizard's posting this. Bitcoin update yesterday at night, about 540 million longs were liquidated. For those who are new to Bitcoin and crypto, these liquidity grabs happen whenever open interest, so that's the OI metric for how many leverage positions are open, has gone up significantly and liquidity in the market is getting low. Chart 2 shows some Binance futures related data. OI has nicely come back, same as aggregated premium and funding. A little short-term correction here, below 100,000, so it is still only between $92,000 and $98,000. Again, that is not that does not represent a lot when you take it as a percentage. We're only down about 5.5%, give or take. So it's a short-term correction below 100,000. He says that's not surprising, like we saw after the ETF approval. So comparing it, very similar to the ETF approval, as you guys can see, liquidations occurred here on this chart, and I will link this in the description of the video for you if you're interested, and then some Binance futures data over here. One thing that I noticed on the chart myself, let me just get rid of some of that on the chart, and I'm just going to use the trend line here. This is Bitcoin on the hourly. First of all, guys, we're looking at this trend on the hourly. So generally, when we look at it, the more we zoom in, the more crazy it looks, I guess you could say. And unless you're day trading, you really shouldn't be looking at it on these time frames. I'm looking at it on the hourly because, we're seeing a lot of movement minute after minute, hour after hour. What I noticed here is that, look at the trend. I mean, if we were to just take a parallel channel here, you can see the trend is still continuing. We're still making higher highs, okay, higher highs up here and higher lows. So if you want to consider that, this could have been a blip, an anomaly. I know we did get up to $100,000 per coin. Ultimately, though, guys, Bitcoin is still moving up the way it would had we not seen this, okay? So 100,000, a great milestone. We shouldn't, we shouldn't get too precious about it, though. Jacob King posting this. The mystery behind Bitcoin's 10% flash crash in just 43 seconds has been solved. Institutions are dumping their bags while retail FOMO is coming in at the peak. And apparently this Chinese company, Meitu, they're an institutional firm that was pro-Bitcoin. They just revealed that they've sold all of their 948 Bitcoin holdings during the $100,000 price surge. For context, MicroStrategies holds over 400,000 Bitcoin. So this is only 948 Bitcoin. If a relatively tiny sell-off caused that much damage, imagine the chaos if the real whales started dumping. And don't blindly trust Michael Saylor that he won't sell. He will. His track record includes lies and fraud from the dot-com bubble days, so just don't forget about that. So Meitu here did, in fact, sell 940 units, actually, it says down here in the press release. But I don't know if that is entirely it. I mean, Bitcoin getting up above 100,000, the major psychological milestone, one that, Bitcoiners, pretty much everybody in crypto has been focusing on since last bull run. We're still up in extreme greed, though. 81 for extreme greed. Bitcoin dominance at 54.26. Volume is down by a bit. 15.9%, and we got the market cap that is down by a smidge as well. Mostly today we're seeing cryptocurrencies in the red, although not a huge problem. I mean, they're not dipping by double digits. We're nowhere near a bear market. I know some people will probably tell you, oh, that's it, we're in a bear market now. Bitcoin hit 100,000 and now it's going down. No. Guys, we're still just beginning. XRP here on the hourly. It is forming what I am seeing here as this bullish pennant pattern on the hourly. You guys can see XRP price consolidating down there. I mean, so long as we stay up above a significant level here, which I'm going to call this $2.16. You can see we did form a little shelf there, and that's where it wicked down back on Wednesday. So I think we're still going to move up. If we throw this on the daily, you guys can see a significant XRP correction here on the chart. But guys, we've been needing one. Look at how bullish XRP has just been over the last month, okay? So, considering we've seen nothing but bulls running over the last month for XRP, this little correction here, it's due. It's due. In my opinion, we're not going to get up to those higher prices unless we see a bit of a cool off. And for more information, guys, on what I'm doing, patreon.com/workingmoneychannel. These are the last days that I'm going to be offering it for $5. If you subscribe now, you can get in at $5 a month. That price will be going up. So sign up now and you will be grandfathered in at $5. You will be paying $5 throughout. And this is where I'm going to be talking about, well, XRP targets, guys. Where are we going to go next? I mean, by and large, we're almost at all-time high up here for XRP. So how high is this thing going to go? And we're, still pretty early on in this crypto bull run. So patreon.com/workingmoneychannel if you're interested in following what I'm doing. So guys, look at this. Flare has added XRP to their F assets on Songbird ahead of the mainnet launch. This courtesy of Michael Branch here. Flare, a blockchain network for data, has announced the introduction of F assets on its Canary network, Songbird, ahead of the Flare mainnet launch. Designed to bridge the gap for cryptocurrencies that do not natively support smart contracts, F assets promise to unlock new use cases for assets like XRP, BTC, and Dogecoin. The over-collateralized bridging mechanism is first being tested on Songbird before the launch. The main launch on Flare. And for those of you guys who have been holding XRP since 2019 or 2020, you probably do or have acquired some Flare and or Songbird tokens. I mean, if you have not sold them already. Traditional bridging mechanisms such as custodial solutions or so-called trust lines, multi-signature setups often introduce vulnerabilities. These mechanisms either rely on centralized entities, as in the case of WBTC, or are susceptible to safety or liveness attacks if over-leveraged. F assets use over-collateralization, ensuring that for every unit of cryptocurrency bridged, a greater value of collateral is locked back into it. So just giving you guys a bit of a description of what that is. And so by creating a decentralized system for minting, trading, and redeeming bridged assets, Flare aims to provide these tokens with the same utility as native smart contract assets. So a bit of a real-world application here, and them just adding XRP to the F assets on Songbird ahead of the mainnet launch. So some interesting information there. Wanted to thank Michael. Dr. Artur Kurjakulov, guys, reminding us about the RLUSD. So some people, I don't know if this is common in the XRP community, but some people I think may have gotten the idea of the RLUSD wrong. And so just to clear some things up, RLUSD has generated massive interest, hitting 4.2 thousand trust lines. Well, that's good news, at least. This growing interest is a strong indicator of upcoming demand. And if you guys didn't see the video I did the other day, Ripple did mint 10,000 trillion. And yes, in the comments section, a lot of people were saying that is $10 quadrillion. I was trying to wrap my head around that price, and I thought it was a typo at first, but everybody was saying 10,000 trillion, and I don't know why you would say 10,000 trillion. It's 10 quadrillion. He goes on to say, however, we want to ensure everyone stays safe while exploring this opportunity. Key updates: RLUSD is not yet in circulation. We've implemented a gold verification checkmark. The checkmark indicated that all data has been verified by the XP Market team. Also, the gold checkmark will now be available as a service for any token on the XRPL. It is paid, it is not cheap, but you do in fact get to be verified, boosting the trust with your community. So if you want to be part of this RLUSD gold checkmark, this is how it's being verified. So wanted to thank Artur there for posting that. On top of which, a few points to remember about the upcoming RLUSD from Vincent Van Code here. So this is where I think some people were getting a bit confused. It is a stablecoin, meaning the value is always supposed to be $1. Its value will never go up, i.e. you won't make money holding it. RLUSD can technically be minted by anyone on the XRP ledger or Ethereum. As such, only published wallets via Ripple official channels should be trusted. So again, there's going to be scammers out there, guys. Just be mindful. The only way to make money from RLUSD is to buy liquidity pool tokens when Ripple creates them, i.e. the RLUSD XRP trading pair. Of course, make sure the RLUSD is issued by a Ripple wallet. So again, another important thing to make sure to be very clear about. Don't listen to anyone, even me, he says. Everyone on this place is looking to scam. Okay, that's grammatically not correct, but nevertheless, please maintain emotions, think fast, and act slow. No one wants to lose money before Christmas. Very important points here by Vincent Van Code. And this is where I was getting a little confused. Apparently, there are people in the space saying, things like this. The biggest lies I've seen are people showing RLUSD being worth $4,000 plus per token. Functionally impossible. A car does not fly. It's intended to drive on the road. So yeah, I guess some people are I don't know. It's a stable coin, guys. It's a USD peg stable coin. Why would you think that? Anyway, let's move along, guys. Cowboy X here on Twitter posting this. Not only is Ripple an investor in Securitize, get this, guys. James Wallace, the VP of Central Bank Engagement at Ripple, is on their advisory board as well, with the newly selected SEC chairman, Paul Atkins. So we talked a little bit about Paul Atkins last week when we got the positive news that he is going to be replacing Gary Gensler. Well, check this out. He's on Securitize's board along with Ripple's James Wallace. So that's a big deal, I gotta say. On top of which, Cowboy Crypto here posting this as well. For those who did not know, Paul Atkins is on the advisory board with James Wallace, but also Joseph Chalom is also on the board of directors and has served over 19 years as managing director and head for BlackRock's strategic ecosystem partnerships. So there you go. Another connection to BlackRock, but alongside somebody who has experience with the SEC, who has experience, a positive view on cryptocurrencies, but also Ripple's VP of Central Bank Engagement. So, guys, it's looking very positive, I think. XRP Mania apparently is also heating up in the corporate world. Remember, yesterday, Wrath of Kahneman did bring us this article here. The BC Bud Corporation diversifies their treasury with $250,000 worth of XRP. Yes, XRP. Well, guys, another story is brewing here. Corporate Bitcoin treasuries are the rage, and now XRP, apparently another company, WorkSport, a NASDAQ-listed manufacturer of covers for pickup trucks, has decided not only to buy Bitcoin for its corporate treasury, but also XRP. So this is another company now that is doing this. WorkSport, a tiny NASDAQ-listed maker of covers for pickup truck beds, has added its own twist to the newly popular corporate strategy of buying Bitcoin that was introduced and made famous by Michael Saylor's MicroStrategy. The New York-based company, which has $20 million in market capitalization, is investing up to 10% of its cash reserves into Bitcoin and also XRP. At present, that equates to about $5 million. So not a lot, but for these corporations, if they do start moving towards that trend, we're going to see more demand for XRP, thus bringing up the price. This shift is intended to protect the company's assets against inflation and to enhance transaction efficiency, the company said. Since Donald Trump's election a month ago, at least a dozen other companies have announced their plan to stash extra cash in Bitcoin. But WorkSport's embrace of XRP, the third largest cryptocurrency by market cap, is different. Here's what they said, guys. I think that XRP is becoming a much more stabilized currency and asset. And while I think that over the next little while it'll be volatile, like most assets are, we think that it'll be stable enough and bring value enough for us to build parts in cash there and enjoy some upside potential. This coming from Stephen Rossi, the founder and CEO of WorkSport. That's what he said during an interview. So he said, when I saw my wallet and I saw that XRP had been doing quite well recently, I was pleasantly surprised, and it reaffirmed that these are early assets that really challenge central banking. Many companies that have previously announced plans to diversify their treasury reserves have seen their stocks rally shortly thereafter, even before they spend a dime on Bitcoin. So let's see what happens with WorkSport's stock price. It has, in fact, fallen 65% over the past 5 years, but maybe maybe that'll be turned around now that they are investing in XRP. And again, guys, XRP price doing its thing, on the daily chart. This is the other thing I just wanted to show you guys on the daily chart. It's looking fine. XRP is looking okay. And even though Bitcoin did move down from $100,000, that's just a blip on the radar overall, guys. On the daily chart, Bitcoin price action is continuing to move up. We just had that one day where we had that big liquidity event when Bitcoin did, in fact, go up over $100,000. And, I still do think it is in the cards within the coming weeks. Okay. We're very, very close to, I think another pump in the crypto market. So anyway, wanted to thank Wrath of Kahneman for posting that. On top of which, Anthony Welfare here, a former Ripple employee, did comment on the WorkSport story. He said this is an interesting new use case for using XRP in your treasury reserves, and that Ripple had been doing this since its foundation. I think that XRP is becoming a much more stabilized currency and asset. And then he quoted Stephen Rossi down here when he says that quote about XRP becoming the much more stabilized currency and asset. Guys, when XRP commands that high stable price, this is when I think they're really going to want to start using it in that real world capacity. Michael Branch bringing this to our attention. Donald Trump now has appointed David Sachs as the first crypto and AI czar, aiming to shape U.S. leadership in emerging technologies and digital assets. So this is the latest news here. He did formally appoint David Sachs. Sachs is a veteran entrepreneur and early fintech pioneer, bringing over 20 years of experience to Silicon Valley. He was a key figure in the PayPal mafia. Let's not forget, Sachs has a strong track record in the tech industry. He also founded a company called Yammer, which Microsoft acquired for $1.2 billion. So what else do we know about David Sachs? Well, BankXRP here pointing this out, a tweet by David Sachs. When we did get the ruling on the Ripple case, big ruling for crypto, the sale of XRP on exchanges is not a security. So I think that is one of the biggest things here. He understands cryptocurrency, understands the fundamentals, and he is not going to be another Gensler type. So Stuart Adelrodi also commenting, another great pick by the Trump administration. David Sachs will bring the pro-business, pro-innovation, and fresh perspective we need. Excited to work with David and the industry to finally establish clear rules of the road for crypto in the United States. The future starts now. And he was retweeting out Brad Garlinghouse's tweet too. Another huge congratulations to David Sachs on his appointment. He understands the tech. And so, when these guys are saying he understands the tech, that is a positive sign. When he was on a podcast, here's what he said about Ripple and XRP. Listen to this.
I figured this out in real time. This is too complicated. The bottom line is that the headline is...
Well, I just want to make sure the audience gets it, yeah.
Look, the headline is, I'm reading the tweet, Ripple sales of XRP do not constitute offer of investment contracts, according to Judge. They won. This is a huge vindication for them. And the XRP is ripping 35%.
Yeah, and it really handcuffs the SEC. What are they going to do about Coinbase and every other exchange? I mean, if they're not selling securities, I think Coinbase and everybody else has always maintained they're selling tokens. This was the fulcrum argument for the SEC, and they just lost.
The whole crypto market is ripping right now.
It's an interesting one. The confounding part of this is that the initial sale to accredited investors and hedge funds was done that they violated securities law there when they were selling directly to sophisticated investors. Just looking at it logically, you would think it was the reverse. But this is a fascinating turn of events.
I just texted with Brad Garlinghouse, and he says, yes, it does mean that they won. And he feels
vindicated
and really happy about the...
How do you feel, J-Cal?
Well, I feel like I'm going to launch J-Coin and sell a token to back startups. I mean, if it's a free-for-all
I won't tell you what he said about you, J-Cal.
Yeah. No, I mean, I said from
you
the
were
beginning,
accusing these guys of security fraud for like the last several years.
Well, they've been convicted of securities fraud here. So it's a two-part judgment. Ripple violated federal securities law in its sale of cryptocurrency, the first line of the story. There's two judgments here. They violated federal securities law in its sale of cryptocurrency XRP directly to sophisticated investors, but the sales on public exchanges did not involve securities. So what they're saying is, if you sold XRP to hedge funds, that was a security when they did the first offering. But when the public started trading it on public exchanges, they did not have, according to the Howey test, this belief.
But that's where their vulnerability was, because if you sell to a professional hedge fund, they're accredited.
That should not be an issue. You should be able to sell to accredited.
Right. So what's the problem? This is exoneration for them.
The judge says they lost
sound pretty happy, and the market seems to be indicating that this is... I mean, would you say the price is up 35%?
Well, I mean, the
public... Up to 37% right now.
Crypto trades, I wouldn't necessarily put too much on it. I would look at the actual judgment here, but we all know people trade headlines, so let's see where it's at in 5 days. But
a bunch of the altcoins are ripping right now.
That's the crypto czar, guys. A bunch of the altcoins are ripping, and you can see he's positive on Ripple and XRP. And if you guys didn't catch the official Donald Trump announcement, I'm pleased to announce that David O. Sachs will be the White House AI and crypto czar. In this important role, David will guide policy for an administration in artificial intelligence and cryptocurrency, two areas critical to the future of American competitiveness. David will focus on making America the clear global leader in both areas. He will safeguard free speech online and steer us away from big tech bias and censorship. So all very, very a positive outlook, positive mandates there for David Sachs. On top of which, guys, when he was a member of the PayPal mafia, this is how he thought about PayPal. Listen to this clip. It's only 18 seconds long.
So back in the early days of PayPal, and this is going back to 1999, so it's almost 20 years ago. We actually, our first T-shirt said, PayPal, the new world currency. And so there was this idea that we were going to create this new global currency.
So it sounds like his head is in the game, going to create a new global currency. I mean, if he is the crypto czar, he's positive on Ripple and XRP. What is going to happen next? I think the floodgates are going to open, and I think we're just taking a breather right now. XRP currently, as of the time of this recording, trading at $2.29. Probably not for long. That's just my opinion. And again, guys, if you want to see what I'm doing this bull run, you can follow me at patreon.com/workingmoneychannel. It is only $5 a month now. Get in now because these are the last days. I'm going to be raising the price very soon. You will be grandfathered in at $5 though if you do sign up now. And I'm going to be talking about everything cryptocurrency related when it comes to my trading journey, my XRP targets, Bitcoin. I'm going to also be focusing on certain altcoins. Guys, there still is a lot of potential in 2025. Again, just my opinion, but I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.